Welcome to Ride as Rain Crochet. Today we are going to be working on these hanging baskets. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, well let's get started. We are going to go ahead and do the small basket. I will try to give you guys the instructions as we go for the bigger baskets. I was going to attach the Etsy link, but this exact pattern is not available, so I just sent you to her page. She has a lot of baskets there, but hopefully you can crochet along with me and get something nice out of it. We're going to go ahead and start with a magic ring and 6 single crochets. We are going to be crocheting in the round, so I would go ahead and get a stitch marker handy if you can. I like these when I do baskets. They're still easy to get in and out. You do not want to use like a string or a cord. It will fall out. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, we're going to do back loop, back bump. So the back loop, and then there is this bump right here that goes this direction that you're going to want to grab. So you're going to want to go into this back loop. Try to get that out of the way. Here's the back loop and this back bump, like so. Okay, and if you guys do it at an angle like this, sort of in an angle, it will slip in there a lot easier if you do it that way. So back loop, back bump, all the way through this project, okay? So let's go ahead and increase around so that we have a total of 12. And this is our last. This is 11, 12 here. If you guys are having trouble grabbing that back bump here in the very beginning, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and hit the back loop, and we'll do the back bump when you've got a little bit more room. Okay, so now let's tighten it up, get ourselves straightened out so we can really see what's going on here and what we're doing. Okay, so the next round is going to be a single crochet and an increase. So we're going to be reaching way down here. So if we have this little V right here and you push at an angle like this, it's going to grab that back bump. If you keep going this direction, the way that we normally would crochet, you're going to just have a heck of a time trying to grab that bump. So focus on getting your angles correctly, and then it'll be a lot smoother once you go, oh, that's the angle that I have to be at. Okay, got it. Okay, so that was our single crochet, and then we're going to go ahead and increase. I'm tucking my yarn now, my t-shirt, whatever. Crochet. I'd like to tell you it gets easier the bigger this gets, but going in the back bump is back bump, ooh, rain, is just hard. So get your workout clothes on because it's pretty exhausting. The big one's really exhausting. It's quite big. Still doing single crochet and then an increase. Single crochet. Oops. Increase and single crochet. My last increase here, and this was going to leave us with 18 stitches. Since we started with 6 single crochets, we're going to increase by 6 as we go around. Okay, we'll take this out and let's Flatten her back up again, get her straight. The nice thing I like about t-shirt yarn is it's kind of stretchy, so it may not look like it's doing its job until you come back and kind of pull at it a little bit, and then it's doing so good. So okay, so what I want you guys to do is go ahead and go around 2 single crochet increase, then do an increase first, and then 3 single crochets. So since this is just sort of a beginning, I'm just gonna hang tight with you guys, but you guys can work ahead then if you need to. So we're gonna do, there's 1, 2 single crochets, and then an increase. Whenever you make anything round, you should always split up your increases, or it'll turn into like a hexagon. It will not be completely round. And so with baskets, for sure, you're gonna see that your pattern is going to be split up so that your increases are not landing on top of each other. And actually, it's a really good habit just to get into anyway. Like if you're going to be working into, moving into any amigurumi, and you're doing heads, it's just a nice habit to get into. Typically, I just split the evens so they're not on top of each other, is what I do. But we'll go ahead and we're going to follow the pattern today so that we're all on the same page and there's no confusion of trying to let you guys head out on your own here. I'm going to do my darndest to try to keep my work in this camera view, but it is going to get tough when this thing gets a little bigger to crochet without using some leverage. It's tough. Crocheting baskets, period, is tough if you're not using regular yarn, and you're moving to like a t-shirt yarn or a cord or something. All right, there's my last increase. Okay, and so now you should be at 24 stitches. And see how that back bump's giving us this really neat design that goes like this. It's really good looking. It's a good looking basket. Now let's go ahead and increase here. So I'll put my first one in. I'm going to mark that stitch. Get myself some yarn. Then I'm going to go ahead and increase again. So we got an increase, 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. Increase, 1, 2, 3. Are you guys feeling the burn yet? We've only begun. Okay. Slowly but surely we're getting around here. It's easier just to stick with you guys, I guess, than it was to pause and then pick back up. I don't want any confusions, especially since this exact pattern isn't available to purchase right now. I guess you could message her. But anyway, I always like to be able to have that pattern available. So because we started with the increase, we're going to actually land on our third single crochet. if everything works out correctly. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Ah, perfect. It did work out perfect. We like when that happens. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do one more round of increase, and we'll be doing 4 single crochet increase. But what we want to do is let's go ahead and start with 2 single crochets. Let's break it up. Break up that 4. So get in there. That's 1 stitch marker. 2, our increase. Okay, now you're going to do 4 single crochet increase, 4 single all the way around. Now it'll be 4. You'll have an increase here, and you should have 2 single crochets since we had 2 here because we split up that 4. So go ahead and do that around, and we're going to have a total of 36 stitches when you're done. And I'll get you guys a break, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, and I'm back to my last 2 single crochets because we split them, remember, so we had the increase. Gonna go ahead and finish these 2. So we were up to 4 single crochet increase around. The medium basket, you're gonna do 5 single crochet increase, and the large basket, you're gonna do 6 single crochet increase. Okay, so now we're moving on to getting some shape going on. So, like I said, remember all of this is going to be the back loop with the bump in the back. So what we want to start with now is we want to go ahead and do 3 right in this stitch, 3 back bump single crochets. And let's put our stitch marker on the first single crochet that we did, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and finish crocheting all the way around. That should be 35 around, and we're going to have a total of 38 stitches. So we've done 3. Do not miss this one because we're putting 3 in one stitch, which is quite a bit. There's going to be one right here that you might just want to see how easy that would be to skip. We don't want to do that. So be aware that that is there. And get in there and go ahead and finish around 35 stitches. Okay, so what I probably will have you guys do while we're finishing this or doing this round is to go ahead and get out a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm going to give you guys some directions because once something is a repeat, it is a waste of everybody's time for you to be either waiting for me or having to pause it. This way you have the instructions, you know where you're going to go from there, and I can also let you guys know then you guys can jot down the information for the medium and large baskets as well. Okay, so we'll get this finished up, and then when I meet you guys back here, we're going to finish this around. I'll meet you guys back here, and I'll give you guys some instructions. Okay, all right, see you in a minute. All right, wonderful, guys. I hope everything is going wonderful. You are going to start seeing a bowl now. It's going to start turning into it because we're not doing we're only going to be doing 1 increase, and that's going to be in the center. And that's what's going to take this bowl and bring it up like this. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to you so you guys can get a mental picture here. Our stitch marker is never going to move, right? So this one is our first single crochet. 1 single crochet. Oh my. All right, 1 single crochet. Put our stitch marker back. Now this stitch here is our middle stitch of the 3 single crochets that we did on the previous round. You are always going to increase in this very middle, very middle of this, of the 3 stitches. You're always going to increase on the second single crochet that's in that increase. And then you're going to, there'll be 1, 2, 3 again, right? So we'll do it again. If you ever have any of these boogers that come on this, and it happens a lot because they time together, do your darndest to keep it stashed somewhere in the back of the product. Sometimes you can't, you got to cut it and then tie a knot, and so that hopefully it lands in a different place. Okay, so there's our 3, and then we have 1 more right here hiding on that side, right? Correct. So this pattern is going to say 1 single crochet, increase, and then all the rest of these numbers. Now the next round is going to say 1, 2 single crochet, right? And then that increase, and on and on and on. So you are growing right here between the center point of your basket. This is what's going to start growing. Every round is going to go from 1 to 2 to 3. We're always going to do 3 in the middle, and then we're going to complete the pattern all the way around. Okay, so for the small basket, you guys need to get up to and complete, and that's where we're going to meet back at, is at 7 single crochets, the 3 increase right here, and around. So as I said, right now I have, so the next time around I'm going to have 1, 2. Then the next time will be 1, 2, 3 before the center. I hope that's making sense to you guys. So what you guys need to get to for this small bowl is 7 stitches before you do the 3 increase. For the medium bowl, you're going to get up to 9 stitches before this. And for the large bowl, you'll have 11 stitches before this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pause this because we passed our increase. I'm going to crochet around. I'll meet you guys back here and we'll look at it one more time before I let you guys off on your own. And then you guys will have some time to go ahead and get crocheting, okay? So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we made it back around. We're at the stitch marker. So now we'll pull the stitch marker out. Go ahead and do 1 back loop, back bump, single crochet. Put our stitch marker back in. This is important to do. Promise it is. So that's 1. Here's 2. Got me that little booger right there. Okay, that's 2. And there is my center stitch right there. So that's 2. Then I'm going to do my 3 in this center stitch. Now, I found that the thing that you really need to focus on and pay attention to when you get back around is that you are not in a hurry and that you make 3 in this center stitch. Then it's going to tell you the rest of the ones, then you go all the way back around, then we'll have 3 single crochets before the increase. So I'll just give you guys these numbers really quick, okay? So that you guys can jot them down really quick in case you get off track. So at the 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to just call that the increase, even though it's 3 stitches, you'll have 37 left, so that'll be a total of 42. On the 3 single crochets, you're going to have a total of 44. On the 4, total of 46. 5 is 48. 6, you're going to have a total of 50 stitches. That's counting 1, 2, all of these 6, plus these 3, then the rest around, okay? So we're doing total stitches. So on the 6 single crochets, then the increase, you're going to have a total of 50 stitches by the time you get done. And then on 7, you're going to have 52 stitches. That's going to help you guys keep on track. If you just make sure you are always increasing right here, then you should have absolutely no problems with this. It's a very simple pattern. You're just going to keep going. Make sure you're moving this or you're not going to be positive at where you're actually at. If you lose this by chance, then since I gave you those numbers, the total count numbers, go ahead and count around, find out where that stitch needs to set, whether it's down here or way down here, depending on the total count of stitches that you have, okay? And then you can get yourself back on track. But there's no reason for us to keep moving on and on. And like I said, if you wanted to move up to the medium bowl, you're going to make sure you have between here and this increase, you're going to have 9 single crochets, then the increase. On the large bowl, you're going to have 11 single crochets, and then the increase. So I'm going to let you guys be for a while. This is going to take a while to go ahead and get this done. And I will meet you guys back here when we have got the majority of the bowl is completed. Okay? It's not a hard bowl. It's just tough on your hands. So I will see you guys. You might want to get your tail if you did not tuck it. Go ahead and get that trimmed off or sew it in now, because this is going to get really deep and it is not very easy to get in there. So, you know, the finished part of the basket, this part is the outside of the basket. But we can flip it in and out as you need. It's not a big deal. But this will be the pretty side because we'll be bringing these ends all the way up like this. Okay? All right, good luck, guys. And I will see you guys in quite a while. Okay, guys. Your basket should look like this. And you should have 7 single crochets here, our increase, and the rest of our stitches around. And we are now back at the stitch marker. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 8 single crochets, of course the back loop, and that's the number we should be on because we just had 7, right? Let's not forget the stitch marker. I had to change my stitch marker because I lost my spot. That little sucker fell out too, so... Okay, and this is number 8. And we should all be at the 3 stitches, or the middle stitch up top, where the 3 stitches are, okay? That's exactly where we're supposed to be. Now, let's go ahead and do increase again. Let's do 3 here. Okay, and then let's single crochet 7. This is so hard not to crochet on my lap. End up getting under this camera because it's just so much work, you guys know. Kind of exhausting. See, it's not just you guys struggling, just so you know. It's just not always that easy. That's why you get so tired when you make baskets. You're working the whole upper body. Okay, and this one's my number 7. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to decrease 18 times, and that should bring us back over to our stitch marker here. The thing is, we're still doing the back loop and the back bump when we reduce. So we're going to go in, grab our yarn, bring it out, go in, back bump, grab our yarn and bring it out, and then we're going to reduce. Slide it through. When you guys are doing these, really hold this tight together like this so you're getting a real nice tight curve. Don't let these decreases get super stretchy on you. Really manipulate that basket up close to where you're finishing that single crochet so you don't have big loops. We don't want that. So here again, see, I'm getting it all up here so it's nice and we're nice and tight. There we go. And that's going to make this really curve up and be real sharp looking, and you won't have super stretched out stitches either. We are doing a round above that, but you still don't want it. You don't want it airy. We don't have to have it airy. So I'm going to let you guys finish the rest of these 18 decreases. And then we'll meet back at the stitch marker. Now, if you decide you want to do the medium size, you would be doing a 10 single crochet increase, 9 single crochet, and this around would be 21 decreases. And then on the large, you're going to come up 12 single crochet increase, 11 single crochet down, and 24 decreases around. So we are doing the small one, so we are going to have 18 decreases. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and fight the decreases like I am, and I like to pull real tight. There we go. And I will see you guys back here at the end of this round. All right, look at that. Look how nice that looks. Really sharp, huh? Oh, yeah, so we don't even got it all done yet. Flattened out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just go around one time with single crochets. And yes, still in the back loop and the back bump, but we're just going to go ahead and single crochet all the way around. And then I will meet you guys after you guys are done fighting like I am. This is like my third one today. I'm really exhausted, so I should have waited and been fresh. But okay, I'll see you guys around. Here we go. We are back around. We're just getting tighter and tighter. Look how nice this is looking. Oh, good job, guys. Good job. Are you exhausted? Go take some ibuprofen. I'm with you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut our yarn. And we can go ahead and weave that tail now if you want, or you can leave it till later. You're going to be able to get to it, so it's not a problem. And then we'll do a seamless close here. Go ahead and pull this through. I really like this plastic ones for the pottery, or for my baskets. They're nice. So what we're going to do is come in through the back of the next stitch here. Come in through the back. Pull that tight. We're going to come in the middle of the last stitch, right where this is actually coming out of. And then we want to go ahead and grab that back bump, okay? And go ahead and pull that through. And look at that, we just made that stitch. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay, good deal. Okay, so you can either put that in now or later. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and we're going to attach our yarn to the very back of our bowl. So I'd fold it here like this and go, okay, probably we'll start here. No, let's start here. I'm going to start on the right-hand side because we're going to actually be crocheting backwards. Yes, we are. And this is going to be all the way through. This is going to be a regular single crochet finally, right? Because probably tired. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to chain one to get up. Now what we do is we're going to go, we want our pretty side facing out. Remember, we want this nice design facing out. Okay, so make sure you got the nice part facing you. And you're going to do a backwards single crochet, or a crab stitch, they call it. You're going to go in, grab your yarn, bring it up, and pull through. Singles, and it's just a single crochet, but you're just going backwards. So just make sure you bring it up, and you can pull through both of them. And in, and through. I'm hoping you guys are being able to see this the right way. This is actually the very border. This is the last round of your stitches. So go ahead and look at them and make sure that they're looking the way that you want, because it is, that part right there is your finished product. Okay, so if you got one that doesn't look good, pull it out and redo it, because you'll be mad down the way. So you guys are going to backwards single crochet all the way around, and I'll meet you guys there. All right, here we are around because we're crocheting backwards, and I'm going to go ahead and go back into this stitch that we started with, okay, so that we can get this connected completely. So it looks nice all the way around. There we go, see? Very nice. Okay, so from here, we're going to chain 14. And then let's go ahead and bring this back in and slip stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch right here, right onto the other side of our last crab stitch. I'm going to slip stitch it. Yay, we're getting there, guys. I'm excited. Pull that nice and tight. Okay. Okay, now chain 1. And then what we want to do is go ahead and single crochet in each one of these stitches. Okay, you guys go all the way around and I'll meet you back here. And we'll go to our next step. All right, you guys made it down. And then go ahead and find out where you want to slip stitch it so that it's looking nice. I'm going to go into the same spot as I came out of, because I think it's going to look better that way, and it'll fold better because we're going to wrap it here soon. Okay, now go ahead and get you about a 30-inch piece and cut the yarn, and about a 10-inch piece and cut that yarn. So let's pull our long piece through. And then get your handle the way that you want it to be presented, because this is our outside of our bowl here. And we're going to start by wrapping this. But before we wrap it, take this piece, this 10-inch piece, and lay it like this, okay? And then go ahead and do your wrapping. If you want, you can pull this up in there as well. That would be great, so we don't have to sew that in either. And then just go around a couple times in each spot. You don't want to overdo it. You can definitely overdo it, and it just looks too much. And watch your handle, how it's looking, okay, while you're wrapping. Oops. Would have this in a much different angle. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. And we're going to want to come back down to the bottom. So whatever it is that you're doing, however far you're going, go ahead and start heading back down. Okay, and then you can trim this for whatever length you got extra here, if you don't need it. We're going to put that tail in this loop here, like this. And now we can grab that one piece, and we'll just keep pulling. And now you are all tucked and you can trim your yarn. You guys are good to go. And we're, believe it or not, done with our basket. Turn that up real nice. Do some shaping, you know. To do this basket, I love it. Actually, I may come down and actually I'm going to get some more, and I'm going to come down here a little further on my wrapping. Do you see how that looks versus that? I like that a lot better. So see, the work is never done. Anyway, thanks again for joining, guys. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe.